So once again, the Democratic Party has hit an all-time low. Now they're going after cartoon characters that they feel are just too straight. So we should either make them, one, into a homosexual, or two, turn them into a lesbian. So in this particular case, we're going to talk about Thelma from Scooby-Doo, who's now considered to be a lesbian. Now, I have a couple of questions I'm going to ask, and make this real quick. But before I do that, here's something that I think I wish everybody should ponder. As a writer myself, I would consider it immoral, literally immoral, if somebody took a character of mine and injected traits into that character that was never there in the first place. And I think this is the case with what is going on with Thelma. We are trying to accrue a trait that makes her acceptable by a group of people who feel unacceptable. You know, just because I'm not a gay person, I don't feel left out. But for some reason, the LGBT community and gay communities, they seem to feel that way for whatever reason, or reasons. I don't know what it is. And before I go any further with this video is not an attack on gay or lesbian people. I don't care what you do in your bedroom. I am a sexual libertarian, just as long as children and animals are not involved. Okay, so it really doesn't matter to me. That's none of my business what you do in your bedroom. But it is my business, and I take it upon myself to take an interest in things that are shoved down my throat. I am a white heterosexual man, and I do not advocate that for people who are not that. If you want to create a gay cartoon character, go ahead. If you want to have a gay cartoon show, go ahead. But you are not permitted in any way to rewrite characters that never had those traits in the first place. So explain this to me like I'm a 4-year-old. Why is it acceptable? Or how would a 4 or 5-year-old watching Scooby-Doo, like I did growing up, watch it and say, geez, I wonder what Thelma does in her bedroom. I wonder what Shaggy does in his bedroom. I wonder what Fred does. I wonder what Daphne does. I mean, do you have an answer for me? Is this what kids are thinking about? And the other question that I have is, who is the person or persons responsible that sit around all day and explore cartoon characters, those ones that are not considered to be gay or lesbian, and say, you know what, we need to take these characters and rewrite it and do what we want to do with it? Because if those people exist, which I guess they do, I think they need to get a job. They seriously need to get a life. I mean, I don't understand why you want to take something that never had those kind of qualities. And again, this is the United States of America. This is a free country. You do whatever you want. I'm not a judge or a jury here. Okay, I'm just expressing my opinion. But you can do whatever you want. But you can't. There are limitations to that phrase, as I think we all understand as adults. Whether you agree with me or you disagree with me. You can feel free to disagree with me. You can feel free to agree with me. I get attacked so many times on my platforms, YouTube, Facebook. I'm labeled as, you know, a person who's a racist, who's a bigot, who's xenophobic, and I'm anything but those things. Everybody seems to be a racist but you, because you don't feel inclusive. So what do? You go after cartoon characters? Really? Can't you create your own? Who's coming next here? That's what I want to know. Who's coming next? Fred Flintstone? Or how about Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street? Maybe we should make episodes of them where they sleep in the same bed together. I mean, what's so offensive about that? Hell, we already have libraries here where drag queens strip in front of children. Democrats don't seem to have a problem with that. I mean, what's the limit here? Send all this material and all these wonderful ideas you have about transgenderism and nouns and pronouns and LGBT and whatever it is that you engage with, and send them all to Hollywood. Because as we all know, Hollywood is run by the most vile people on the planet, and they will produce anything as long as it makes them money. So why don't you send all your ideas, but why don't you leave tradition alone? I'm not here asserting in this video that tradition is right or wrong, but I don't see why it needs to be attacked by the LGBT community. That's what I don't seem to understand. So explain that to me like I'm a 4-year-old. Do you really think this is going to improve the outlook of a child about his perception of the world? Because we decide to make cartoon characters either the same sex or they have a curiosity about it? Is that going to make them a better person in the world? If that is true and you believe that, then just show me some evidence for that. I want to see where your evidence is for something like that. You're taking things that were created, and most of these people, by the way, who want or are advocating for this, weren't even born when Scooby-Doo came out. So why do you want to bother them? Why do you want to change what's been in place for so long? Oh, who's coming next? That's my question again. Who's coming next? How about Jesus? He was never married. He ran around with 12 men. Maybe he was gay. Maybe he's coming next. Maybe we should rewrite Jesus so that he can be acceptable for the rest of the community. Maybe that's what we should do. There's a lot of evidence there. You know, speaking of evidence, if evidence doesn't exist for the things that I'm in contempt with over in this video, evidence will be created. You know, as a passionate Roman Catholic, I can tell you this. If you talk to the right priests and the right people in the church, they will provide scientific evidence for you where Jesus is present in the Eucharist. You don't believe me? Look it up yourself. Don't take my word for it. Is that what it's going to happen now? That we can provide scientific evidence for 500,000 different kinds of genders? Yeah, the evidence already exists out there. If you look hard enough, you'll find it. So you get my point. I don't have to explain myself, okay? You can agree to disagree with me. It's fine. But I don't see taking something that's been around for a long time and trying to recreate it so that you feel fit into the community and that you feel that like you're accepted. Because as my father said, the late John Grago, who was a semi-pro professional football player, he said, there's no trophy for second place. Either you win or you lose. If you lose, try harder the next time. So guys, I'd like your opinion about this. Like, subscribe, leave your comment below. Don't be ignorant about it, and also check out my community page. I have a community page on my YouTube channel right now, so you can take that and look at it and see what you think about that. And I have to go right now because I think my battery's about to die on my camera, and I want to show you this big, beautiful bridge that I'm under. Yes, I took a hike into the woods, and I'm underneath a big, gorgeous train bridge. Okay, guys, peace out. Bye.